For the middle of your cake, what you're gonna need is 1 box of dark instant Gina, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be busy baking a quadruple death by chocolate poke cake. If you love chocolate, this is your cake. It's going to put you in a chocolate coma. It does me. It's so yummy. First, you're going to need a devil food cake mix, any kind you want. I've already made mine. As soon as you make it, make sure you poke your holes in it. I just used the bottom side of my spatula, but you can use the end of your wooden spoon, whatever you have that'll make some holes, and just poke some holes all over it. For the middle of your cake, what you're gonna need is 1 box of instant dark chocolate pudding, 1 3/4 cup of milk, and 1 jar of hot fudge sauce. What I've done is gone ahead and pop this in the microwave for about 45 seconds. Do it in 15-second intervals. And then just bring it out. You want to make sure it's sort of thin. So what we're going to do is we're just going to spread it out all over our cake. You just want to take a knife. You just want to kind of dollop some of it. Oh, that's a fancy word. We're going to dollop some of it all over the cake. And I always like to just save a little bit in here. We're going to use just a little bit of that at the end. And then you just take your spatula and you're gonna push that hot sauce all around your cake. Make sure it gets down in the holes. It does not have to be beautiful, but you do want to get it all over the cake. So just make sure you spread it out. It's gonna be our little middle layer of chocolate here. And if some of your cake comes up, that's fine. Just smooth it back down. And what you're gonna wanna do is we're gonna set this to the side and let this cool. While that's cooling, we're gonna make our pudding mixture. And we're just gonna take our milk, pour it in there with our pudding, and we're just gonna whisk it up until it's good and smooth. Starts getting a little bit creamy. We don't want it to get too set though, or it won't pour down the cake like it's supposed to. So we're just gonna whisk it and whisk it and alright, and once you have it good and whisked, I would say maybe about a minute or so of whisking, and it should be good to go. We're going to take it and we're just going to pour it on top of our chocolate syrup. And just take your spatula. Now we got chocolate all over the counter. And we're just going to get all the pudding out. And we're going to spread it all over our cake. Make sure it goes down the sides, down the cracks, down in the holes. This is our next layer of chocolate. So we're up to 3 chocolate layers right now. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And while we're popping that in the refrigerator for 15 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to start working on our hot chocolate whipped frosting, which is amazing. Okay, y'all, while our cake is in there, letting the pudding set in the fridge, we're going to go ahead and make our icing. This is the best icing that you will ever eat. Trust me. So what I did was take a metal mixing bowl. Whenever I make whipping cream, I always use a metal mixing bowl and put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes along with my beaters, just to keep them cold. We're also going to need, for the topping of our cake, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 1/2 cup of hot chocolate. If you don't have the canned hot chocolate, it's about 10 packs if you have the little packets opened up. We also have some chocolate chips, some white chocolate chips, and then the rest of our hot fudge. So now we're going to start making our icing. So what we do is we're going to dump in our heavy whipping cream in our cold bowl. And we're just going to start on medium speed. And we're just going to whip it up. It's going to take about 3 minutes. You just want to whip it up on medium speed for about 3 minutes. You can use a stand mixer, but I'm using a hand mixer so you guys can see what's going on. Because if you whip whipping cream too much, it turns into butter, and nobody wants butter on their cake. Okay, by this point, your whipping cream should be thicker than it was before, but it's still gonna be just a little bit runny. But now we're gonna add in our hot chocolate powder. And now we're gonna start mixing it. We're gonna cut it up to medium high, and we're gonna mix it just until peaks start to form. And remember, we don't wanna over mix it. You want to make sure you mix up, get all of your hot chocolate powder mixed in good. All right, I've got peaks forming in here. Let's get some of this off the beaters. I'm just gonna take my wooden spoon and make sure it's all mixed up good. And it's gonna be just a little bit thinner than like a buttercream you would ice a cake with, but it's gonna be really fluffy, and it's such a good icing that you can put on just about any cake. So we're gonna pull our cake out of the refrigerator and make sure the pudding is set. And what we're going to do is we're just going to dump on our hot chocolate icing. And then we're just going to smooth it out all over the cake. Y'all are going to love this icing. This is a good fluffy icing. Perfect for summer. Make sure you get it in all the corners. And if some of that chocolate pudding comes up through there, it's okay. Now this is our 4th layer of yummy chocolate. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to take some of our chocolate chips, just as many as you want to, and we're just going to sprinkle them all over the top just to add a little bit of different texture to the cake. And I always like to throw in some white chocolate chips just to give it a little bit of different taste at the top. And then you can take some of your hot fudge that you had left if you want to. You don't have to. And I just kind of shake my knife and just kind of drizzle it on the top. You can heat it back up if you need to. But just put a drizzle all over the cake. I told y'all decorating was not my strong suit. All right, now you just want to pop this back in the fridge for maybe about 20 more minutes to let this whipped cream icing set on top, and make sure you store it in the fridge until you're ready to eat it, because it does have the whipped cream on it. But here we go. This is death by chocolate, folks. Amazing. Try it at home. Let me know if you added something, if you did something a little bit different. Give the video a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, guys. And we'll see you back next time for some more baking. Bye.